Hello everyone, this is Anand Goud, Assistant Professor from Civil Engineering Department, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. So in this lecture, I am going to discuss about the topic primary divisions and classification of survey. Coming to the course outcome of this lecture, after completion of this topic, students can apply the surveying principles for doing the various surveyings like chain surveying, leveling and contouring for accurate data collection. Coming to the contents, the first topic is primary divisions of surveying and the second topic is classification of surveying. So now primary divisions of surveying. So here we have two divisions in the surveying. The first one is plane surveying and the second one is geodetic surveying. So if you observe these two pictures, we can define the two types of divisions of surveying. See, this is the globe. Okay, here we are assuming we are considering the globe. So whenever you have the large areas for surveying, then we are going to consider the curvature of the earth. See, if you see this area, like from this point to this point, here you can see the curvature of the earth, right? So this curvature will be considered in the geodetic survey. Okay, whenever you have large areas, okay, wherever the curvature is going to affect the measurements, then you are going with the geodetic surveying. And coming to the plane surveying, here the earth curvature is not considered. So the earth surface will be considered as plane surface. That means the why we are not considering means the effect of this curvature is very minimal. Okay, whenever the area is very short, then the curvature effect will be very minimal, so that we are going to neglect the particular curvature of the earth. Okay, so these are the two different types of survey. Suppose if you want to prepare a map of India or else any country, so the area will be very large, right? So in that particular area, from here to here, if you want to prepare a map, then here you need to consider the curvature, because that is going to define the area of the country and it is very precise, right? So these are the two divisions of surveying. In the geodetic surveying, we are going to consider the earth curvature, and in the plane surveying, we are not going to consider the earth curvature. So we will define these two divisions somewhat precise. So first one is plane surveying. So plane surveying means here the surface of the earth is considered as plane and the curvature of the earth is neglected. As we have discussed, here we are going to consider the surface of the earth as a plane surface. Okay, and this assumption is valid for small areas. Okay, and the area will be around less than 250 square kilometers. Okay, whenever the area is less than 250 kilometers square, then we are going to do the plane survey. And where the effect of curvature on measurements is minimal and can be ignored without significant loss of accuracy. And see, whenever the area is small, there the effect of that curvature will be very, very minimum and it is ignored without any significant loss of accuracy. So the accuracy is also the error in the accuracy is also very less. So that is why we are going to ignore that particular errors in the plane survey. Next one more assumption is all triangles formed by the survey lines are considered as plane triangles. So in this particular plane surveying, we are going to use a triangulation method. So in that particular, whatever the triangles we are going to form by using the survey lines, that are considered as plane triangles. The next one, the level line is considered as straight and all plumb lines are considered as parallel. Okay. So these are the assumptions in the plane survey. Now coming to the scope and limitations. So plane surveying is ideal for small scale surveys. Okay, it is ideal for small scale surveys and land surveying and construction of projects, okay, and other engineering works where the area is very limited. Next one, the earth's curvature is not considered, which simplifies the calculations and the processes involved in the survey. So here we are not going to consider the earth curvature, so that will be easy for calculation part, or else that will be easy for surveying, okay, to complete the projects in an easy manner. Now coming to the applications of plane surveying, so this will be used in the cadastral surveys. So cadastral survey means here whenever you have property boundaries, okay, if you have any property like crop areas or else building areas, so to mark this particular property boundaries, they are very small areas, and we can do the surveying by using the plane survey without considering the earth curvature. So for property boundary determination, we are going to use plane survey. And next, topographic surveys for mapping the features of small areas. So when you do the topographic surveys, we are going to mark all elevations, all particular objects which are present on the earth surface, right? So whatever the small areas are there, that will be marked by using the plane survey. And next one, construction surveys for laying out structures and infrastructure within limited extents. Okay, when you do the construction of any project, so for laying out the structures, okay, we are going to do the surveying by marking the end portions or boundary portions. So these are the applications of plane surveying. Coming to the second one, that is geodetic surveying. So it is a type of surveying that takes into the account of curvature of the earth. So in this, we are going to take the effect of curvature, because the area is very large, and that particular one minimum point is also, minimum distance is also is going to give some accurate results. And it involves the measurement and mapping of large areas where the earth shape must be considered. So by using the geodetic surveying, we are going to do the surveying of large areas where the earth shape is considered, okay, and must be considered to ensure the accuracy. Okay, to improve the accuracy, we are going to consider that earth curvature. Next, this method is typically used for establishing the precise locations. Okay, to establish the precise locations, accurate locations, we are going to use the geodetic surveying. So, geodetic surveys helps establish highly accurate control points which serve as reference points for other types of surveys. So, by using the geodetic surveying, we are going to measure the accurate points of any object or area. So, that will be used for the doing the other surveys like topographic surveys and cadastral surveys. Okay. And one more thing is long distances and large areas. Okay, geodetic surveying is also used for measuring the long distances and large areas. So when the area being surveyed is large, often over 250 kilometers, then we are going to consider the effect of earth curvature. Okay, that is going to affect the measurements of that particular surface, making geodetic surveying necessary. So, whenever the area is very large, like above 250 kilometers, there we are going to consider the earth shape and curvature, and that is going to make necessary changes in the map preparation, right? And mapping and navigation. So, this type of surveying is crucial for creating maps, okay, that cover large regions such as countries, continents, and is essential for global navigation systems. So, mapping and navigation means here this type of surveying is crucial for creating the maps that cover the large areas like countries or continents or any districts. Okay, so in while preparing this country's map, then we have to consider the earth surface, and it is essential for navigation purpose. Okay, from one country to another country. Okay, yeah, these are the uses of geodetic survey. Next, coming to the limitations, when you compare limitations of plane surveying when you compare with the geodetic surveying. So, unlike the geodetic surveying, where the curvature of the earth is considered, plane surveying is limited to small areas where this factor is negligible. So, in the geodetic surveying, we are going to consider the earth curvature, and that is going to give the accurate results while preparing the maps, right? But in the plane surveying, we are not going to consider the earth surface, and there may be chance of some small errors which are negligible because the area of the surveying is also very small. Okay, this is one of the limitations. And next one, for larger areas, plane surveying would introduce significant errors. Okay, if you do the large, surveying, plane surveying for large areas, so that may result in small errors. Okay, it may give inaccurate results after doing the surveying, making it unsuitable for tasks requiring high precision over long distance. Suppose if you use plane surveying for large areas, it may create some errors, and that may be unsuitable for wherever you need high accuracy. There we cannot use this plane surveying. Okay, these are the limitations of plane surveying. Coming to the important points from these two divisions, primary division and geodetic division. See, the geodetic surveying is considered for an area greater than 200 to 250 kilometers square. Okay, so the geodetic surveying will be observed or conducted only around the area of it is if it is more than 200 to 250 kilometers square. Okay, you may get the competitive examination questions from this particular point. So remember this point. And next one, the length of an arc on Earth's surface. Okay, on Earth's surface is 1 centimeter greater than subtended chord. Suppose if you consider the geodetic surveying, now let us consider one arc. Okay, in the geodetic survey. Okay, if you consider the Earth curvature, and this is the arc on the surface of the Earth, right? Okay, point A, and this is point B. Okay, from point A to point B, I have drawn one line. Okay, it looks like a arc because we are considering the Earth curvature, right? Suppose if you draw the chord, subtended chord from A to B. Okay, if you draw the chord, okay, this represents the plane line, right? Suppose if you measure the length of this arc, and if you measure the length of this chord, that is 1 centimeter greater than the subtended chord. So if you consider the curvature of the Earth and you have drawn one arc here, and if you measure this arc length, okay, this length will be 1 centimeter greater than the actual length of the chord. Okay, that is what the difference. Okay, just remember this point for comparative examinations. And next one, the difference between the sum of angles of plane, okay, triangles, and sum of the angles in spherical triangle is only 1 second for an area of 195.5 kilometers square. Suppose if you consider the Earth surface, Earth curvature in the geodetic surveying, and if you take the plane surveying, okay, the sum of the angles of the plane triangle and the sum of the angles of spherical triangle is only 1 second. Okay, the difference between the two types of surveying is only 1 second for an area of 195.5 kilometers square. So we will see what is spherical triangle now. Suppose spherical triangle means, see, if you take globe as example, our Earth surface as example, here it is formed by three great circles. Okay, the whatever the Earth surface is there, you take that Earth surface as example, and you just cut the Earth surface like this. Okay, if you just cut the Earth surface in this particular direction, which is this cutting plane is going to meet the center of the Earth. Okay, now like this, you take the surface of the Earth. When you cut the Earth surface, it is going to form one line, right? So like this, it is going to form one line. And next, take another cutting plane, okay, which is going to, sorry, so take another plane, another cutting plane. It is also going to cut the Earth surface, and it is going to form one line on the surface. And again, take one more cutting plane. Okay, and whenever you cut the Earth surface, it is going to cut the Earth surface from the center of the globe or Earth, right? So these three are called as a great circles. Okay, and the lines formed here is representing the great circles of Earth. So now take this point and take this arc which is formed with the one great circle, and take this particular arc which is formed with the one great circle. Okay, and if you observe this particular shape, it is like a triangle, and this triangle is called as a spherical triangle. Okay, the triangle which is formed due to the great circles is called as a spherical triangle. So now he is telling that, suppose mark it as point A, and mark it as point B, and mark it as point C. Okay, this is the spherical triangle. And if you take the plane triangle, okay, we have already know this. This is plane triangle A, B, C, and we will be having angles. And if you measure the angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degrees. This we already know about this. But coming to the plane circle, suppose if you draw chord, okay, if you draw this chord, just Okay, this is one great circle and this is another great circle and this is another great circle. Here we have triangle ABC, which is called as a spherical triangle. Now I am drawing one plane line from the point A to point B and from point B to point C and point A to point C. Okay, this is called as a plane triangle, right? So now if you see the area of this plane triangle and this spherical triangle, it is more than this, right? The area of the spherical triangle is more than the plane triangle. So whenever you are going to consider the earth curvature, the plane triangle area is more, less than the spherical triangle area. So this is plane triangle. Now, if you consider the earth curvature and if you see the angle between the spherical triangle sides, so this is alpha, assume it as alpha and assume it as beta and assume it as gamma. Now, if you check the sum of the angles of spherical triangle, that is angle alpha plus angle beta plus angle gamma, that is equals to, that is more than 1 second. The difference between the sum of the plane triangles and sum of the spherical triangles is only 1 second higher. That means here it is 180 degrees 0 minutes and 1 second. Okay, this is the sum of the angles of spherical triangle. So if you see the difference between the this one and this one, it is only 1 second. Okay, that is what he is telling. And the area considered here, it is only around 195.5 kilometers square. So if the area surveyed is around 195.5 kilometers square, then the difference between the sum of the angles of spherical triangle and the sum of the angles of plane triangle is 1 second difference. Okay, that is why we are going to neglect the curvature of the earth when you do the small area survey. Okay, whenever you have more than 190, 250 kilometers square area, then we are going to do the geodetic survey. Now coming to the classification, here surveying is classified which defines the uses of purpose of resulting maps. Okay, based upon the resulting maps, we are going to classify the surveying. The first one is classification based upon the nature of the field of survey. So here, first one is land surveying. Second one is marine and hydrographic surveying, and third one is astronomical surveying. So these are the different types of surveying based upon the nature of the field. And coming to the land surveying is subdivided into three types. The first one is topographical surveying. So in the topographical surveying, we are going to include the horizontal distances and vertical distances, including the angles and certain points by linear and angular measurement, and is made to determine the natural features of a country. Like, okay, in this particular topographical surveying, we are going to include the natural features like rivers, streams, lakes, okay, and valleys, plain surfaces, okay, mountains, and any terrains. So these all will be included in the topographical survey. Okay, and here you can see the picture also. Next one, cadastral surveying. So cadastral surveys are made incident to the fixing of property lines. Okay, we are going to define the property areas by using the cadastral surveying. Okay, the calculation of land. Okay, it includes the calculation of land and area of the transfer of land property from one owner to another owner. Okay, they are also made to fix the boundaries of municipalities, states, and federal jurisdiction. Okay, so to mark these boundaries properties, we are going to use the cadastral surveys. And next one, city surveying. So in the city surveying, we are going to represent the streets and water supply systems and drainage systems. Okay, so or else any other small works which are defining the area of the city. Okay. And next one, marine and hydrographic survey. So this survey deals with the bodies of water for purpose of navigation. So water bodies will be surveyed by using the marine and hydrographic surveying, like water supply system or else harbor works. Okay, or else for the determination of mean sea level, we are going to use the marine surveying. Okay, so the work consists in the measurement of discharge of streams. Okay, how much discharge is coming from the different types of dams. Okay, and making topographic survey of shores and banks and taking. Okay, and locating the soundings to determine the depth of the water. So to determine the area of the shore. Okay, and bank of near the seas, we are going to use the marine and hydrographic survey. And we can observe the fluctuations of the ocean tide also by using marine survey. Next one, astronomical surveying. So astronomical survey is to determine the absolute locations of any point or any object, absolute location and direction of any line in the surface of the earth. So we can determine the position of the any particular object which is lying in the environment. Okay, this consists in the observations to the heavenly bodies such as the sun or any fixed star. Okay, like these particular bodies will be identified by using the surveying from the earth surface. The next one, classification based upon the object used. Okay, based upon the object, there are 4 types of surveying which are as follows. The first one is geological surveying, as we have discussed in the first lecture, and mine surveying. So, in the geological surveying, we are going to include the details of minerals. Okay, and next one, mine surveying. So, and next one, archaeological surveying and military surveying. So, in the archaeological surveying, we are going to represent the details of the ancient structures. Okay, and military surveying, nothing but here we are going to locate the details of defense system in our particular area. And next type of classification is based upon the instruments used. Okay, based upon the various instruments used like theodolite, okay, total station. Okay, we are going to classify the surveying. The first type of surveying is chain surveying, and second one is compass surveying, plane table surveying, and theodolite surveying, tachymetric surveying, and photographic surveying. Okay, these are the different types of classification in the surveying based upon the instrument used. So here we are using chain as a measurement tool. Okay, for doing the small area surveys. Okay, and next compass and plane table is one of the instruments, and theodolite and tachymetry and photographic survey. And next one, classification based upon the methods used. Okay, based upon which method you are going to do the surveying. Is it first one is a triangulation method, and next one is traverse method. And next one, general principles of surveying. Here we are going to follow 2 basic principles. The first type of principle is to work from whole to part. Okay, and the second one is to locate a new station by at least 2 measurements. That means linear, or angular, whatever the type of length, whatever the type of measurement, it may be linear, it may be angular. Okay, from fixed reference points. Okay, by using two reference points, we are going to determine the position of third point, or else we are going to determine the measurements of third point position. Okay, so coming to the first one, the purpose of working from whole to part. Okay, in the first principle is to localize the errors and to control the accumulation of errors. So if you have any large area, we are going to divide this particular area into small areas, small portion, then we can reduce the errors percentage. So see, according to the first principle, the whole survey area is first enclosed by main station. Suppose if the area to be surveyed is this circle, then we are going to mark boundaries like A and B and C and D. That means we are going to locate the main stations and main survey lines. Okay, these are the survey lines between these particular areas. Okay, and the area is then divided into number of divisions by forming a well-conditioned triangles. Okay, after marking the boundaries of this particular area to be surveyed, we are going to divide the particular survey area into triangles. See, if this is forming one triangle, and this is forming one triangle, and this is forming one triangle, and this is forming another triangle, right? So by dividing the area like this, we can do the surveying so that we can reduce the errors, okay, while doing the surveying. Okay, this is what the work from whole to part. Okay, the whole area is divided into small triangles, which is comfortable for doing the surveying, and we can remove or avoid the errors percentage. Okay, next one, coming to the location, second principle, location of a point by measurement from 2 points references. Okay, suppose the relative positions of the points to be surveyed should be located by measurement from at least 2 points of reference, the positions of which have already been fixed. So before doing the surveying, see here, this is point A and this is point B. Okay, these are the two fixed points. Okay, these points are already fixed and we have already measured this particular length by doing the survey. Suppose if you want to locate the point C, then we are going to take the reference of this point and this point, okay, for locating this point by drawing the arcs, okay, so that you can mark this point as C. Okay, let suppose for us assume let P and Q be the reference points on the ground. The distance PQ can be measured accurately and the relative positions of PQ can be plotted on the sheet to some scale. Using these reference points, other points can be located. Suppose here I am assuming the point P and the point Q. Okay, now these 2 points will be marked on the earth surface, okay, by measuring the distance between these 2 points, and these 2 points can be transferred to the sheet as well, right? So now based upon by taking the reference of these 2 points, we are going to mark the third point. Okay, so for example, take this diagram. Okay, this is the point P and this is the point Q, and in between these 2 points we have drawn one line. We are going to measure this particular length. Now if you want to locate the R, we are going to use this Q point as a reference and we are going to draw one arc, okay, and take another point P as a reference point and draw one more arc, then you will get the point R. Okay, like this we are going to use the surveying for locating the new point. Okay, and another example, suppose here this is the line PQ, okay, and here I want to draw the perpendicular line from point S. So in between PQ, just locate the point S, and from S you can draw the perpendicular line by doing the survey. Okay, the point R is already established, and if you want to draw a perpendicular line like this, then you are going to use the survey. Okay, and that means here we are going to take the reference of these points as well as this point to draw the perpendicular line. Okay, and next one more example. This point, this line PQ is already existed on the ground, and now I want to measure the angle between the this PQ line and QR line. Okay, so for measuring this angle also we are going to do the surveying by using different equipment. And next one, here if you want to measure the angle between these particular two sides, okay, like PQ and QR and PR and PQ, so this beta angle will be measured by using the survey. Okay, this is how we are going to use the second principle, that is by taking the two different points we are going to do the survey. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.